Ooh, chicken jockey again. Again. Oh, we don't need to do that now. Okay. Whoopsies. Wrong thing. There we go. Bop, bop, bop. There we go. Okay, we're gonna continue with this. Oh my god! It's on the wrong thing. Approval from the top officials, basically. There we go.
Yep.
Go on.
Tell me how that's authoritarian, because Congress does not have the authority to top secret classified state secrets.
This is about pretty much. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but the big issue is the fact that this isn't about top secret stuff. This is about pretty much everything, as far as I'm aware. And Congress needs all this kind of info to be able to make informed voting, right? Informed decisions.
No, not necessarily. So my issue being is that, one, you don't have the right to be at the Pentagon. Members of Congress do not work at the Pentagon. People that are at the Pentagon, which just so we're clear, this is the most top secret building in our nation.
Can I speed?
Okay, what this administration is trying to do is stop the leaks that are coming out of our Pentagon. And in order to do that, we're going to have to start tightening up the rules, tightening up the restrictions, because it's not only leaks that are coming out of Congress, but it's leaks that are coming out of the White House, leaks that are coming out of the DoD, leaks that are coming out of the Pentagon, and we're not going to put the nation at risk because people want to undermine the person who is sitting in office. That's not happening anymore.
What leaks are coming from Congress specifically, which is making him want to crack down specifically on Congress, the people who are supposed to vote for pretty much everything defense related?
Yeah, so well, first of all, they can vote for things defense related without having access to top secret information. The people that are in Congress that have access to that, there are people in Congress that have security clearances to look at this information, but not everybody in Congress has access to that. That has to be approved by the Pentagon, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, there was a situation recently, I forget what the instance was, that somebody in Congress had leaked out information, and I had asked when someone brought it up whether or not it had been verified yet, because you can't just have people in Congress talking to people at the Pentagon and pushing that out to the press.
Well, the thing is, like I said, I'm not sure if it's specifically just for top secret information. Again, this is about pretty much everything. Nobody from the Pentagon can speak to Congress, including stuff that might be important for their voting decisions. This is something that happened with USSR, with the Politburo. We had Mussolini's government did something similar with one of their, what do you call it? I forget the name of it specifically, but pretty much every single dictatorship. And I'm not saying to equate them to being like fascists and stuff, like I said, but this is kind of like the path we're going down, where the government is starting to regulate what information can come out of something like the Pentagon. Who's to say it's not going to be for something else next? Stuff that's even more important.
Okay, so the most recent example of this was the Signalgate situation. You had people that were congressmen that were sharing stuff to the press. You had more leaks that were coming out, intelligence sharing with Congress limited. They've been limiting this, and they've been doing investigations. So like.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Signalgate was about.
Well, he just got in trouble for leaks that he was doing. Well, so what I'm saying to you is that one is not unconstitutional. The legislative branch and the executive branch are two co-equal branches of government. Okay, so if you want information from the executive branch, you're going to have to get the executive branch's approval for that information. So the legislative branch isn't entitled to everything, just like the executive branch isn't entitled to everything. Now, if you actually want to talk about who's being authoritarian and who's more like a king, I would say the legislators that have been sitting in a position for power over 30 to 40 years.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm not a fan of like the undetermined stuff like that either, trust me. But again, like I said, it's more than just top secret information. It's stuff that they could need to know about.
That's not true, because if it's not, they can fill out a FOIA request and they can get that information at any point in time.
That has to be going through top officials with control by the commission.
It has to be approved for a press release. You're not entitled to state secrets, okay? So if it's sensitive information, then you are not entitled to it. If you want to do journalism, no one's stopping you from doing journalism.
I'm not talking.
To say that you're entitled to be at the Pentagon and that the Pentagon employees who work for the government don't get to go out and go talk to everybody they want about what's going on at the Pentagon. That's not acceptable.
Did I say I was entitled to go to the Pentagon, or am I talking about Congress getting information from the
Pentagon?
You
said you had an issue with Pete Hegseth's rules and regulations in regards to how employees at the Pentagon conduct conversations between members of Congress and the press.
No, it's between members of Congress and Pentagon officials. It's not. I'm not even talking about the press. That was the thing that happened like a month ago.
You need permission to do that, and all Pete Hegseth said is that you have to get approval for this. process before you just go sitting down talking with congressmen. Or congressmen, if they want to have a conversation with an official, they can get a subpoena. That's how this works.
Yes, they're filtering information that they want to get out, which means they can be hiding bad stuff. It's quite literally filtering.
If you want this information, Congress knows how to put out subpoenas. You have members of the Congress who put out subpoenas for people who work in the executive branch all the time. Cash Patel was just there. Pam Bondi was just there. Tulsi Gabbard was there.
Hey, what's up, Juice Swears? Or is that... Are you Soren? I swear your profile picture looks familiar at least, but yeah. Going over... Well, not going over. I'm just adding a couple polishes to my debate I had with this TikToker yesterday. She fucking has, like, over 1,000 viewers watching this at the time that I was streaming. Kind of nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I helped my own pretty well. You'll see the full uncut debate and stuff. I'll be uploading that later on today. And I also have a couple of TikToks that I'm making out of it. See, yeah, Soren.
All of them have been subpoenaed and asked to come before Congress for testimony under oath. This is
If you need me to turn up the volume on this, by the way, or at least try to. Let's try normalizing it. Nah. Scott?
Hi.
Oh, hi. Can you close my door? That's my brother back there. He just came back in.
No, nobody's stopping this from happening. Congress knows the mechanisms if they want to have conversations with people that work in the executive
Thank you.
branch.
Do you think they should have a subpoena? Do you think they should have to subpoena Pentagon employees and officials every single time that they want any kind of information that could be pertinent to going on a defense-related decision?
Yeah, that's how this works.
Don't you think that can be slowing everything down to a crawl to the point where it's inefficient?
That's the legal system.
The legal system that they just made up.
If you want information from people who work at the highest security clearance level, then you need a subpoena, or you need permission from the Pentagon. That's how it works.
Yes, but again, we're talking about we're talking about the government trying to get permission from the government in a way that is very inefficient, in a way where the executive branch can control
separate branches of government,
which do different things for the defense spending.
And if Congress wants to talk to these people, they can get a subpoena, or they can get approval from the chain of command for them to have conversations. But that's not going to happen anymore without approval. So all of this is being tightened up, and what I'm seeing is that you guys want to continue to have leaks because it suits your narrative, right?
Who's you guys?
The Democratic Party.
I'm not a Democrat.
You sure you're not? Who did you vote for?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're gonna just use that to pivot. You're just gonna.
You don't want to admit you voted for Harris? It's okay. I'd be embarrassed by that vote too.
You're just going to use it to pivot to something else and personally attack me.
Not pivot to something else.
I've seen how you talk to people.
If you're embarrassed about your vote,
She really tried to get me to say who I voted for.
Here, how about this? How about this?
Who did you vote for?
How about this? I agree that the Democrats are authoritarian, and I know you're going to be talking about a lot about them every time I bring up something about Republicans. So, can you stop hitting the Democrats?
Understand who you voted for. So if you're not,
I'm not. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about. We're talking about whether Republicans. We're talking about whether Republicans are authoritarian. We're not talking about you. So let's leave it back on topic.
Well, we are talking about you because.
No, we're talking about what I want to talk about.
Okay. Well, this is my live. If you want to host a live about whatever you want to talk about, you're welcome to do that.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Okay. My issue being is that I've asked you questions and now you're deflecting.
Because they're not relevant.
And they are relevant. When you say you're not a Democrat but you vote Democrat, I think that makes you a liar.
What does that have to do with whether the Republicans are authoritarian or not?
It has to do with whether or not when I make a statement that the Democratic Party and you guys, which if you voted for Harris, that would include you.
But I already agreed the Democrats suck ass. So what else is there to talk about on that?
Sure. Did you vote for them though?
No.
I don't know much about U.S. politics, so all this sounds so complicated, like specifically government structure and stuff. Yeah, it is pretty complicated, I'm not gonna lie, but just know she is completely bluffing out of her ass. She doesn't really know anything. I'm gonna be making a TikTok going over an example of that regarding what she says about something called a subpoena, which is basically like a legal order to force somebody to be able to appear before court for like investigations and stuff like that. She thinks that's necessary for literally any time information is exchanged for literally anything between the branches of government. Absolutely mind-blowing, I know, but...
Nobody. I skipped out.
No vote, no voice. Get out.
What?
You really think that you get to have a voice in politics if you don't show up and do your civic duty to vote?
Who said it's civic duty? I'm just a hobbyist, dude. Just like you.
One more option. If you want to admit that you voted, but here's my rule.
Then
If
pick me.
you didn't vote, you don't get a voice. That's how this works.
Are you really that scared to discuss just one single thing about the Republicans being authoritarian?
You're scared to talk about your basic foundation of who you vote for.
It doesn't matter, because I'm going to talk about one thing.
Without admitting who you actually voted for, or the fact that you said you didn't vote but still want to talk about politics.
Dude, even if I did vote for the Democrats, I've seen how you talk to other liberals on here. You're just going to personally attack them and try to make me defend people who I hate.
You mentioned other liberals on your meaning that you're a liberal.
You should stand behind your beliefs. You should have to stand behind your party. I don't know why you're embarrassed about it.
If you know what my flag represents in the background, you'll know.
Didn't notice that pivot, though. It's crazy. She tried to pretend she didn't try pivoting with that, asking if you're a Dem. Oh, no. She's pivoting the entire debate. Anytime I ask her a hard question, she will pivot hard. And she resorts to, like, mocking me. She resorts to ridicule. She resorts to going like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Oh, yeah. Let me put a marker right here because I want to show you something at the end of the debate that I'm showing. Her fucking Discord literally made 3 different variations of a sticker of me based off of shit she tried saying in the debate earlier. It's so juvenile, man. I have no idea. I seriously have no idea how anybody takes her in her base seriously. It is so fucking ridiculous. These people are fucking children.
Really despise liberals. Okay. And I already agree with you that the Democrats suck, and I agree that no.
It's
I
super
agree.
bad,
I
man.
agree that the Democrats suck. I agree they're authoritarian. I agree they politically prosecute their enemies. What I want to talk about is why you want to
If
keep
you're
talking
not
about them.
liberal and you're not conservative, then what are you?
It doesn't matter. I'm here to talk about one thing.
How does that not matter? Okay, fine. What would you like to talk about?
The Republicans possibly being authoritarian, going down that route. That's what I
Do
think.
you believe the Constitution is authoritarian?
No, but I do believe there's loopholes that can be exploited, just like all of them.
No. Does the executive branch have control over its branch? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's nothing authoritarian because Article 2 says the definition of all officers and the President of the United States and the head of the DoD can set regulations and rules about their agencies that they have control over and that they are running. You don't have to like that, but that's not authoritarian. This is straight up Constitution.
Doesn't it depend on what they're actually doing, though? Like, there's some degrees to this, right? We can't just stop. Wait. No, let me speak real quick. We can't just look at this through is it constitutional lens because every single dictatorship in history used their own form of a constitution, used their own laws to be able to get whatever power they wanted. Hitler used the Enabling Acts. Mussolini used Parliament to be able to get all that power centralized to him. All of these different dictators have used legal means to be able to get totalitarianism. And I'm not going to say Trump specifically is heading us towards totalitarianism, but I'm saying his actions are definitely leaning towards authoritarianism.
Okay, so
Let me make sure everything's on B, by the way, because it's fast
Towards
forwarding.
authoritarianism.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so like our Congress and our legislative branch is set up very differently than other Congress, parliaments actually, I'll correct that, throughout the world, okay? So not only do we have district representation, but we also have Senate representation, state representation. You have governors, you have district reps, and then you have senators on top of that, okay? So the legislative branch is designed unlike anything else throughout the world, okay?
In
And
theory.
Republicans that are in actuality.
No, in theory.
Name me another state in another country throughout the world that has the exact same construct that we have.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily the exact same one for one. I got to find a specific one for one
So
in any
where they
specific
have a
country.
governor, a representative at district level, and then a state representation on top of that.
I don't think that's really necessarily my point. My point is that it can be exploited.
Not only is it childish, it's also just not funny. It's also just not funny whenever whatever it is coming from them, like them specifically, Trumpers. There are some far right people who can be funny, but Trumpers are like automatically unfunny. That is so true.
You not think it can be exploited?
One, you saying that it can be exploited doesn't mean that it is being exploited.
Yes,
So
it
it's two separate things. Okay, show me where it's being exploited. Because when I remember that Donald Trump and MAGA said we want Rick Scott. We want Rick Scott for the Senate Majority Leader. Did we get Rick Scott?
You're using exception, not the rule. Whenever it comes to cabinet picks,
No,
throughout all of
question.
No, we
Answer the
didn't.
question.
But that's an exception.
Okay. Again, when we said, hey, Donald Trump wants to repeal the ACA, we want to repeal it. Did we get it repealed? And who stood in the way from getting it repealed?
No, but that's an exception. Again, not the rule.
It's
You can
not
name
an
off one-off things when there's hundreds of different
It's not
decisions being
one-off.
made. When it comes to, let's say, cabinet members, for
Most of the
example.
Republicans in Congress are all loyalists to Trump.
What?
Show me in Congress where all the Republicans are loyalists to Trump.
All the ones who almost never vote against him, like with his cabinet picks, for example.
How about Marjorie Taylor Greene? Republican?
Sure.
Okay. Thomas Massey? Republican?
Sure.
Ron Paul? Republican?
What about them?
Okay, so again, you would have to show me where all of these people are loyalists to Trump because last time I checked, there is quite a bit of
She only named off 3 people, by the way, there.
that have not been codified by Congress.
They don't have to be codified
you
yet.
You have to show me where Donald Trump is an authoritarian.
Well, I already did, first of all, with the example of filtering information that only the Pentagon and the Trump administration wants to hear out. But let's talk about something else real quick. Let's talk about
access to top secret
I didn't say I
information.
did. Congress.
Congress can get access to top secret information. There's an oversight committee and there's a national
It's
intelligence
not just top secret stuff.
Okay, what committee in Congress has access to top secret information?
I don't think it's just top secret information, is it?
It is.
We're talking about stuff that can be pertinent to having to vote on defense spending and all these defense things that
You're
they
very
can vote on.
confidently wrong, okay? So which committee in Congress has access to that information? There's a committee for this.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about information in general.
I know you don't want to talk about that.
Because it's not relevant.
Congress has a committee that has access to top secret information. So
we're not talking about top secret information.
Yes, we are.
No,
Because all of that other stuff you have access to. You can get it through FOIA requests. You can subpoena members of the Pentagon to come talk in front of you if you choose to do so.
Absolutely crazy. We need to subpoena the Pentagon anytime we need to make an important decision on defense spending.
That's how this works. I know that
You
you're
can't just
ignorant to
talk.
it, but that's how it works.
Ooh, ad homs. Ooh.
It's not ad homs. If you want an ad hom, I would just call you stupid. That's an ad hom. You not knowing how this process works. If you want information from the Pentagon, you need to get approval from the chain of command. You need to get a press release by the DoD, or you can.
I don't think the Congress needed all that throughout all history. We're talking about Congress again. We're not talking about the media.
All of this applies to Congress, my guy. Okay, the media doesn't.
Every single thing, information, all the information that Congress needs to be able to make informed decisions has not ever needed this before. Why is it needed now all of a sudden?
It is always.
Like right politics and beliefs broadly are pretty feelings based, but like hard mainstream Trump MAGA is, I feel, especially just like turn off your brain and put on some Asmongold. Yeah, you can, if you take a look at her chat throughout this entire thing, and I'll even show you little snippets of her Discord's reaction after the debate ended. I'm going to be putting all of that at the end of the video, and I also have an unlisted video of all of the chat logs being screen recorded between me and her server, because they decided to paint me out as a pompous ass from the start. If you want to go see that eventually, it'll be unlisted in the description of this video when I finally post it. So, there's that. I just ate lunch, so.
We need hearings to be able to do congressional votes.
Answer the question, Paul. Like, you dodge, unlike anyone I've ever seen. Where's Denise? What happened to Denise?
I think you left a little bit ago.
Okay, we'll come back up when he's ready.
You're just asking different questions that are not relevant to my point. That's why I'm not answering them.
Absolutely relevant.
No, it's not.
Congressional hearings.
Congressional hearings for every single time they need to vote on defense spending or anything like that?
Nuh-uh. I said it's not true. Nuh-uh.
You're acting like a child.
Doesn't mean it's not true, okay? So, again, when you have hearings in front of Congress, the whole point of having congressional hearings is Congress is getting information from the people that they need so that they can make decisions on legislation that they want to pass or oversight actions that they want to do, okay? This has always been the process.
Then why are they making it all of a sudden in a memo now to say, oh, you can't talk to any congressional people without our approval? That's called filtering information that they don't want you to see. That they don't want Congress to see, I mean.
Okay, so first of all, you're employed, correct? You work for an agency. Your boss sets the rules for your employment, yes?
Sure, but that doesn't mean it's not authoritarian to filter information.
It's not authoritarian, okay?
The Politburo did it, Mussolini's government did it. How far are they going to go before they say, you can't really give any kind of government information to
Okay,
Congress?
so if you have a dog that makes you Hitler, that's an illogical fallacy, okay? So
I'm sorry, we're talking about filtering government information out here to Congress.
It's not filtering. It's not
Can
filtering.
you, okay, how about this? Can you give me an example of what it would actually look like to filter then?
What it would actually look like to filter? Yes. Straight up saying nobody can have any conversations with anyone, period.
What?
Has that been put out?
You can't have any conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want an example of this? It would be Joe Biden to Facebook and Google and telling them
Filter then?
what it would actually look like to filter.
Yeah.
It's not filtering.
Can you, okay, how about
Hitler? That's an illogical fallacy, okay? So
I'm
let's
sorry,
get
we're
back to
talking
the
about
content of
filtering
the matter.
government information out here to Congress.
It's not filtering. It's not filtering.
Can you, okay,
need
how about this? Can
permission.
Mm,
Just give me an example of what it would actually look like to filter then?
What it would actually look like to filter? Yes. Straight up saying nobody can have any conversations with anyone, period.
What?
Has that been put out?
You can't have any conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want an
What?
example of this? It would be Joe Biden going to Facebook and Google and telling them specific.
that's a coming up clip for sure, I think. I think that's worthy. Oop.
Example of this. It
How
would
do you think she would react if when she asked you, a Democrat, and you told her you're a post-leftist? She would not know what the fuck a post-leftist is, which is part of the reason I never said it. She would absolutely derail it into me being an anarchist and all that kind of stuff. I've seen how she handles this stuff before. When she talked to an independent, for example, she basically forced him to admit he voted Harris, and then she stayed on that for like a solid 30 minutes and stuff like that.
Can't have any
She is very, very aggressive with trying to control the conversation and putting it boing, 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 like pinball.
conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
you want an
What?
example of this? It would be Joe Biden going to Facebook and Google and telling them specifically to ban and censor his opponents that put out information that doesn't go against the mainstream narrative put out by the government.
I agree, that's also filtering. I agree.
Okay,
No, let's go back to
so
Republicans filtering.
Donald Trump didn't do that. Pete Hegseth didn't do that.
Yes, they did. That's the memo. That's the entire point of the memo. Unauthorized engagements with Congress, DOW personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to achieving our legislative objectives. That's what he said in the
engage
memo.
with the actual argument. Your employer.
I'm reading it off
sets
right
the
now.
rules. Okay, I don't care. Okay,
I would say you should
what
care because it's the
saying.
memo that we're talking about.
Paul, government.
I agree,
That
that's
would be an
also
example.
filtering. I agree.
Okay.
So, let's go
great.
back to Republicans
So,
filtering.
Donald Trump didn't do that. Pete Hegseth didn't do that.
Yes, they
Your
did. That's the
employer-
memo. That's the entire point of the
Okay.
memo.
Nuh-uh.
There we go. That's me reading off the thingy.
Unauthorized engagements.
Boop, ba, 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 ba. Gonna be putting that in the thingy now. This is a bitch who likes to say, oh, what's, give me a receipt. Give me a receipt. I gave her the receipts, and she flat out says, I do not care.
Nuh-uh.
Unauthorized engagements with Congress.
It's so stupid. There we go. And then I'm gonna post the headline right there.
Unauthorized engagement.
Gonna show her face there. Make it kind of line up a little bit. Like that. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. You can see the little line mess up there. That's good enough.
Unauthorized engagements with Congress, DOW personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to
Again,
achieving our legislative
you
objectives.
need-
That's personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to
Again,
achieving our legislative
you
objectives.
need
That's what he
to
said in the memo.
engage with the actual argument. Your employer.
I'm reading it
sets
off right
the
now.
rules. Okay. I don't care, okay? I need
I
you
would
to
say you
engage
should
with what
care
I'm
because it's the
saying.
memo that we're talking about.
Paul,
Mhm.
I'm engaging with
It's so stupid, man. That's a coming up clip. That's a coming up clip. That is absolutely a coming up clip. That is gold right there, man. That is a fucking TikTok and a half.
Paul.
Mhm.
I'm engaging with your argument. I need you to listen, not listen to respond, okay? So listen to what I'm saying to you.
Unauthorized engagements with Congress, DOW personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to achieving our legislative objectives. That's what he said in the
Engage
memo.
with the actual argument. Your employer
I'm reading it
sets
off right
the
now.
rules. Okay, I don't care. Okay,
I would say you
engage
should
with
care
what
because
I'm
it's the
saying.
memo that we're talking about.
Paul,
Mhm.
I'm engaging with your argument. I need you to listen, not listen to respond. Okay, so listen to what I'm saying to you. Your employer sets the boundaries for what you can and cannot do. If your employer of your company says, "Hey, I need you to sign a non-disclosure agreement that anything that happens in this building does not leave this building," and if you do, then I get to fire you. Yes,
So
that's
because
how all employment works.
So
Yes.
because you're allowed to do it, that means it's not
Now, answer the
authoritarian?
question.
Yeah,
Answer the
sure.
question.
But does that make it not
It's not
authoritarian?
author- It's not authoritarian, okay? So when you
When the
sign up
Politburo
for
did it, was that not
military-
authoritarian?
Don't interrupt me, okay? When you sign up for the military, did you sign away your rights? And are you government property?
I would say you're probably government property, but I'm not sure about the rest of it. I've never been in the military.
Okay. There is operational security, okay, for classified information, sensitive information. There's multiple levels of security, especially when you're talking to people at the Pentagon. If you are working at the Pentagon, you have some form of clearance, okay?
Do you mind-
So when your boss, no, shut up.
Okay.
When your boss at the Pentagon says there's been too many leaks coming out and having sensitive information leaked to the press and leaked to Congress, these people do not have the classification to release that information, nor the permission from their top secret clearance advisor, whoever is their chain of command, all right? So
Do you mind
you
real
don't
quick?
have entitlements to that.
Do you mind real
Working
quick?
at the Pentagon, you have clearance. You need permission on what you are discussing with these people from now
She
on.
really loves
You
to
have
listen to
powers
herself
when they
talk.
have-
Jesus Christ. It's a whole 122, 28, all the way to 123. 40 seconds of nonstop talking.
So
Do you mind
you
real quick?
don't have entitlements to that.
Do you mind
Oh
real
wait,
quick?
no, no, no. More like make it a whole minute of nonstop talking, just saying nothing.
When they leak out information, we will know exactly the person who did it from here on out.
Do you mind if I
Of
read? Do you mind if I read directly from the article that broke this information with the memo?
The article that's information. Can you read the memo?
They didn't release the actual memo itself, but they did release all the quotes from it.
Wait. Are you telling me it got leaked?
Yes.
Oh, damn! It's almost like that's what we're trying to stop.
We're trying to stop the American people from finding out that Congress has to filter all interactions between the Defense Department and them.
Yes,
That
this is
seems pretty good to
nothing
me. I feel like we should know about that.
This is nothing new, okay? So for the exact same reason,
It's nothing
we
new
have
that Congress is not
information-
able to actually be able to talk to the Defense Department now.
Oh, that's really funny.
Without
when
any
was the
kind of
last time they spoke to
approval.
Pete Hegseth?
What was that?
When was the last time that they spoke to Pete Hegseth?
When was the last time Congress spoke to Pete Hegseth? What does that have to do with anything?
You're trying to say that Congress now just doesn't have any access to talk to these people.
Without approval from.
This is how it's.
You may have a fever, you blame. Yeah.
Guys, Ben, I know that you don't understand.
It's a
this,
new
you don't understand
directive.
the concept of a clearance, but you
Why
have
did they need a memo for it then?
These memos have always existed. Talk to anybody that has worked in the intel community. You cannot go sit down with anybody and. If it's not, then how did this get leaked?
Unauthorized engagements with Congress by.
Bam. More receipts. Receipts for days. Hey, where'd chat go? There you are.
Top secret information.
No, but it's
or
not top
even
secret.
Sensitive information.
Under the
Okay.
term.
Information.
Under the
Okay.
terms of the directive,
If it's not, then how did this get leaked?
unauthorized engagements with Congress by DOW personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how.
Whoops. Wrong one. There we go. That's better.
By DOW personnel acting in.
Get leaked.
Unauthorized engagements with Congress by DOW personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to achieving our legislative objectives.
Okay.
That's
great.
not just top secret information.
This
It's critical.
Gotta bring the receipts. Receipt time. Receipt time. Gonna make sure to show her face.
If it's not, then how did this get leaked?
Unauthorized engagements with Congress by DOW personnel acting in their official capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to achieving our legislative objectives.
You can see how
May
fucking
undermine department-wide
you can see how fucking pissed
No
off
matter-
she is there.
to achieving our legislative objectives.
Okay.
That's
great.
not just top secret information.
Whoops, it looks like it accidentally cuts off bid there.
Okay,
That's
great.
not
There you
just top secret information.
This got leaked.
Where-
Yes?
Where does it say anything in this article that personnel about the memo that is
This got
specifically?
leaked, yes?
Yes, and I would say that's a pretty good
Okay,
thing.
that would be the problem that is trying to be corrected because this shit wasn't released and approved for release to the press, correct?
I shouldn't have brought him up admittedly, which is why I could see the point pretty quickly on this. I completely forgot what he did. We'll go through it anyways. This is a part where I flubbed up a little bit, so that's why I can see the frame real quickly on this one.
No. You brought up Snowden. I need you to disavow that somebody who takes top secret information and gives it to our greatest adversary is a bad thing. Okay, great. Yes, this is why.
Yep, that's why I disavowed it. She was gonna go down a fucking tangent with that dude. Holy shit.
Those people have to be held accountable. We have laws against this. Yes, this is why we have laws against this.
Why can't you release something that we should know about? Like, what, MK or something like that?
Espionage laws get put into place.
What?
How did espionage laws get put into place?
Like, all of them, I guess?
By who?
Thomas?
Okay, who votes in your congressional legislation?
Thomas?
Who votes those members into their position?
Oh, us.
Okay, so the American people decided that they were going to vote into members of Congress who were then passing Title 18
When people
to
vote in,
invoke espionage laws.
when
Like,
people
this
voted
is
in Congress,
a criminal offense.
do you think that every single thing that Congress does going forward after being voted in is somehow all condoned and supported? Otherwise,
Yes.
if it was, then why do people keep getting voted out and replaced?
Okay, well then, did you vote in people who repealed this law?
Not yet. Nobody else has been running who wants
so
to repeal
not
the law.
yet means no, correct?
No.
Okay,
But that
so
doesn't mean
it's
anything. That
still
really doesn't mean
current
anything because most of them aren't running on it.
something. Okay, I know you think the
How
laws
can you
in this
repeal a
country
law?
don't mean anything.
How can you vote?
Stop talking over me. I know you think that laws in this country don't mean anything, but this is how democracy works. We put in and we decided on a social construct. We put in laws that the American people decide upon based on their representation. If you don't like it, then you need to choose better representation. Okay, get out there and vote, Mr. I don't know who I voted for. But right here, espionage and censorship. This is Title 18.
Okay.
Okay, so this is federal law. Gathering, transmitting, and losing defense information.
You're losing defense
Is that
information.
memo?
You're losing.
She blamed me. She accused me of moving the goalposts when that's literally been her entire shtick the entire time.
A result of leaks, but Congress isn't really leaking
Okay.
anything.
Yes, they did. Okay, so not only
Nothing
did they leak
important
that
at least.
information,
Oh wow, they leaked a little group
if you
chat.
don't think it's important, I don't care. I don't want leaks coming out of the fucking Pentagon. I don't give a fuck if it's a memo. I don't care if it's some chick's tampon she took out 3 hours ago, okay? If it's at the Pentagon, it needs to stay at the Pentagon. Period.
Then how does Congress make informed votes then?
It's called a chick's tampon she took out 3 hours ago, okay? If it's at the Pentagon, it needs to stay at the Pentagon.
This is my favorite part by far. Soren, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. I'll also be putting it in the coming up section, so it's right in front.
Period.
Then
End
how
of
do
story.
how does Congress make informed votes then?
It's called a subpoena.
I
It's called
get
an
a feeling.
oversight committee.
Crazy.
It's called congressional hearings. This is what our Congress does day in and day out. I could go to C-SPAN right now, and there's probably a congressional hearing going on about somebody that has information.
So literally
That's how that goes.
So literally anytime Congress needs to do anything at all that involves information from another branch, they should subpoena every single branch and every single person
Yep.
that they ever have to talk to.
That's how it goes. It's very easy.
No,
called a
I'm pretty
congressional-
sure.
Actually, I'll just...
Literally
That's how that goes.
So literally anytime Congress needs to
I'm just gonna start from there.
So literally anytime Congress needs to do anything at all that involves information from another branch, they should subpoena every single branch and every single person
Yep.
that they ever have to talk to.
That's how it goes. It's very easy.
No,
called a
I'm pretty sure.
congressional subpoena.
No, I don't think that's the case. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they just talk to each other without releasing the
Okay.
information.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. That's not how that goes. Nuh-uh.
Pretty sure that's how that goes.
Okay.
That's the level of intellect I've been debating. I think that alone should be a good coming up spot. That's probably going to be the front and center one too.
Okay. How long does it take to get a congressional subpoena?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, then why are you saying that that's not how this goes?
How does that have anything to do with that?
Because,
What?
Paul, you don't have any idea how this works. It's very easy to get a congressional subpoena, okay?
And then you have
they
to-
subpoena the people they want to talk to. Those people are compelled to go before Congress. And guess what? If they don't show up, you can ask Steve Bannon what happens when you don't show up to a congressional subpoena. You end up in prison, okay? So that's how this works. If you want information from the DOD, you can get a subpoena. Until then, anything that comes out of the Pentagon,
Literally
must get
anything?
approval
Even
from the chain of
spending?
command.
Even spending?
Even
Even
spending.
the amount
What do
of
you mean
soldiers that we
even
have?
spending? Oh my god. Okay, who writes the DOD's budget?
It doesn't matter. We're talking about
Yes, it
voting here.
does. Dude,
We're talking
who
about
writes the
voting.
DOD's
We're talking
budget?
about voting.
This has everything to do with voting, okay? Everything to do with voting.
Don't we need Congress to vote on spending? The discretionary spending or
Who
whatever?
writes the spending? Who writes DOD's budget?
It doesn't matter. We're talking about who votes on it.
Okay, you saying it doesn't matter doesn't mean that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about who's voting on it.
Congress writes the budget. You know what the budget is before the DOD knows what the budget is.
How do you get that information?
Yeah, you can go through the GAO.
Now we have to get approved by the officials, right?
The GAO doesn't need approval. They can do an audit.
What?
You know what the GAO is?
I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything on this. So
Well, I think you're off in Narnia. So come back to the wardrobe and we can talk about what the GAO is. What is the GAO?
it's not relevant.
It is.
No, it's not. We're talking about.
Okay, so you're not aware that we have an entity that audits the DOD.
Okay.
Okay, so if Congress wants to know what's going on with the DOD and how money is being spent, we have an agency called the GAO that audits them.
Okay, but you still have to be able to talk to the Pentagon officials and everything, but they're not saying anything. And so-
We're going in a circle.
yeah, I
See
can
the
tell.
circle? We're going in a circle. Okay.
Well,
I tell you
real
get a
quick.
subpoena, you say nah.
Real quick.
I say subpoena all the people that you want to talk to. You say nah. Okay. I don't know how to help you.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go like that.
Girl, we're going in a circle. Okay.
Wait,
I tell
hey,
you get
real
a
quick.
subpoena. You say nah.
Real quick.
I say subpoena all the people that you want to talk to. You say nah. Okay. I
Well-
don't know how to help you.
Okay, look. I'm gonna go.
Lunch or something like that. Would you be willing to bring me back on later?
Sure.
Okay,
No problem.
thanks,
All right,
I'll
have a good
talk
day.
to you. Bye.
Yep. You too. Bye.
Do you want to pick up?
Okay. Gotta put in a little thing. Did you want to pick up where we last left off, or are you did you kind of forget about where we were?
Wherever you want to start off at, man. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, let's talk about something a little bit different this time, which is political persecution of his Trump's political enemies. Are you fine with that, generally speaking, or?
Yeah, so which one are you talking about? Because James Comey was referred by Horowitz all the way back in 2019. Referred by
Israel,
Horowitz,
Mexico,
referred by
2001 tried to blame Muslims. Israel, Mexico, 2001 tried to blame Muslims. And they also did that.
Wow, that was fascinating, man. How many brain cells did it take for you to do that?
We tried to blame Pakistan.
Okay.
What's that? The next member of Insane, just saying. Okay.
I like that
I'm
song.
a pop star than them. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so political persecution of enemies. Here's the thing I have with it, like the issue. It's not necessarily going after these people inherently, because most politicians and all.
The irony of accusing you of responding with "nuh-uh" to her arguments. Yep.
And different and dirty past and stuff, right? It's mainly the fact that he's only going after specific ones. Do you disagree with that or anything like that? Is that something we can agree on, or?
He's not going after specific ones. Letitia James committed mortgage fraud. She has a fugitive living at her house. That is illegal. And so I'm going to give the same energy that was just done over the last 4 years. If you're committing a crime, you'll be held accountable.
What
If
about
you're innocent, then you'll get let off, right?
Yeah, sure, but I'm not saying she's innocent. I'm saying he's only going after people who criticize him, essentially, almost exclusively.
Okay, so anybody who has committed a crime, like Jeffrey Epstein, was Jeffrey Epstein criticizing Donald Trump when Donald Trump decided he was going to indict him?
No, but why is he pardoning people like George Santos or the Binance guy that he pardoned earlier today? Some sort of Chinese dude who was like.
Okay, so anybody who has 4 years, if you're committing
Do you disagree with
him?
No, but why is he pardoning
Okay.
people like George?
Oh, come on. What the fuck is this? There we go. That's better. Dear God, this is a fucking unflattering image of him.
Epstein. Sign, right?
Oh yeah, George Santos was commuted, and then the other guy.
Epstein. Was Jeffrey Epstein?
No, but why is he pardoning
Okay.
people like George Santos? Or the Binance guy. People like George Santos pardoning
Okay.
people like George Santos or the Binance guy that he pardoned earlier today. Some sort of Chinese guy that he pardoned earlier today. Some sort of Chinese dude who is like a crypto dude who pleaded guilty to a lot of financial fraud. Why did he got pardoning
Okay.
people like George Santos or the Binance guy that he pardoned earlier today? Some sort of Chinese dude who is like a crypto dude who pleaded guilty to a lot of financial fraud. Why did he pardon that guy and why did he pardon George Santos? Oh wait, it was because he said
just so we're clear, pardons are designed to pardon people who are been convicted of a crime, right?
oh yeah, George Santos was commuted and then the other guy was
Okay.
pardoned. Why is he giving
Just-
all these people
Just
all
really
these?
quick.
Hmm?
Yeah, because it's because that's what the Constitution.
Oh,
Okay, just so we're clear, the Constitution allows for this. Yes.
sure, but
Okay,
again,
every president has pardoned people who committed crimes.
yes, but again, he's
Okay.
only going after people who have criticized him, and he's only pardoning people who are on his side, essentially.
Yeah, that's nothing new. He's also pardoned a lot of people under the First Step Act that got out of prison because of the 1994 crime bill. Did you complain about that too, or
No.
just these two people? Oh, okay, just curious.
Okay, but yeah, like I said, it's just he's weaponizing the DOJ, essentially, just like you guys accuse the Democrats of doing. Both of them are bad. Can we agree on that, at
Okay,
least?
so James Comey, who referred him for prosecution?
Well, here's the issue with James Comey. They didn't
Nope,
find
don't
anything
run
on
away.
him.
Don't run away.
Why is it relevant?
Referred James Comey for prosecution? Because you're saying Donald Trump weaponized the DOJ. I'm telling you that these people have been under the fucking lens of the US government for all the way back during Donald Trump's first administration. So, who recommended James Comey for prosecution?
I do not know, but here's something I do know. The prosecutors didn't find anything on him, and they're still charging him anyways, so... Why?
Okay, so, first of all, that's not true.
Yes, it
because
is.
there's an
I have a
entire-
source right here, actually.
Did you read the Horowitz report?
Let's see, I actually have it from Ground News. I have it from Ground... News. One second.
Ground News, bro.
Is something wrong with Ground News?
Bro, there's an entire report about what James Comey did. Would you like to hear it?
I'm looking at the article right now from September 24th.
What?
Newly appointed... Newly appointed U.S. attorney will attempt to charge James Comey despite prosecutors find no probable causes.
Your guess is violated. Okay, guys, do
A what?
not report. I don't know, man, but I gotta
If
kick you off.
1 second.
Ground news, bro.
It's something made
What
despite
the
prosecutors
inspector
finding
general-
no probable causes.
Your guess is violated. Okay, guys, do
A what?
not report. I don't know, man, but I gotta
If
kick you off.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. I don't want to get you banned or anything. Have a good one.
Well, it is what it is. Guys, listen, I don't care if you're on.
Well,
Well, it is what it is. Guys, listen, I don't care if you're on
Damn.
my side of the aisle. Please do not. It is what it is. Guys, listen, I don't care if you're on my side of the aisle. Please do not report my live. I don't care what they're saying. I don't care what's happening, what's coming out of their mouth.
So, first of all, I just want to say if you're still watching, hello. And also thanks for sticking around. Second of all, I want to go over a bit of what happened in her Discord server after she was
This
forced
is,
on her TikTok profile.
Whoops.
Second of all,
This is the post update of what happened shortly after, Soren.
and on her Second of all, I want to go over a bit of what happened in her Discord server after she was forced to kick me from her stream. And to be clear, her Discord is public and on her TikTok profile as of the time of recording, so nothing private is being shared whatsoever. I am also not going to encourage anybody to join because that's harassment, making that abundantly clear. This is just to shed a light on the kind of culture she has cultivated in her own fan base. Okay, now that's out of the way, I decided to go see how everybody reacted to my debate, and as you can see by some of these screenshots, it seems like they didn't really actually listen to the debate. There's just some gifs, some nuh-uhs being typed. And then I scrolled down, and I saw a moderator in her server make a Discord sticker of me with a Mexican hat and a mustache on. I absolutely burst out laughing when I saw that, by the way. And after I was able to type again, since they muted me for 24 hours the day before, you can see that in the full logs that I'll talk about in a second, I asked what kind of culture Millie cultivated to where her own audience members will report her livestream, risk her getting banned, just because they don't like me. And what I got was a reframing of the situation, with both her audience and her claiming that anybody could have reported the livestream because a lot of people do not like her, as you can see by the screenshots on screen now. Her name on Discord is Don Millie, just so you can know that's her talking, by the way. But wait a second, I have you on record saying to your own audience not to report her live.
Your guess is violated. Okay. You're on my side of the aisle. Please do not report my live. Your guess is violated. Okay, guys, do
A what?
not report. Or
Which is it? I think it's just PR control, but you can decide for yourself. They also mocked me for a bit, and I decided to roll with the punches because I was just having fun with it all. And moderator who made me a Mexican sticker eventually had enough and decided to frame me as a pompous ass from the start. I think this individual is projecting personally, as I said under it, so that is why I took the liberty to screen record all of the Discord logs of me talking to them, starting from when I talked about what I wanted.
Maybe I can do a smooth cut there, actually, now that I think about it.
To screen record all of the Discord logs of me talking, record all of the Discord logs, to screen record all of the Discord logs of me talking, all of the Discord logs of me talking to them, starting from when I talked about what I wanted to discuss with Millie. You can read the logs and decide for yourself if I have truly been a pompous ass from the beginning. The link to those logs in a screen recorded video shall remain unlisted and in the description of this video only. Again, I just want to reiterate, do not go harassing these people if this video somehow ends up going viral.
I don't condone harassment. This is just every interaction between me, her, and her community on record in case they want to smear me and slander me in the
Gonna
long
upload
term
the Millie
somehow.
files right now, actually, now that I think about
Other
it.
than that, I don't really have much else to say. I really hope you enjoyed the debate. If you want to talk to me personally for whatever reason,
Can upload those Millie files. So, yeah. Not gonna monetize it because that's fucking stupid. It's unlisted.
if you want to talk to me personally for whatever reason, I have my own Discord in the description. And I also occasionally stream to TikTok, and I also hop into debates on there. And yeah, like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in whatever video I...
Listen to what I am
So literally, anytime Congress needs to do anything at all that involves information from another branch, they should subpoena every single branch and every single person
Yep.
that they ever have to talk to.
That's how it goes. It's very easy.
No,
It's
I'm pretty sure.
Video transitions. We will do a blur.
No, no, I don't think that's the case. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they just talk to each other without releasing the
Okay.
information.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. That's not how that goes. Nuh-uh.
Pretty sure that's how that goes.
Okay.
So, let's go
great.
back to Republicans
So,
filtering.
Donald Trump didn't do that. He had to do that.
Yes, they
Your
did. That's the
employer-
memo. That's the entire point of the
Okay.
memo.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Unauthorized engagements with Congress, DOW personnel
Nuh-uh,
acting
that's
in
not
their
true.
official
Nuh-uh.
capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical
Again,
to achieving our legislative
You
objectives.
need
That's what he
to
said in the memo.
engage with the actual argument. Your employer.
I'm reading it
sets
off right
the
now.
Rules. Okay. I don't care. Okay.
I would
to
say you
engage
should
with what
care
I'm
because it's the
saying.
memo that we're talking about.
So
I'm
let's
sorry,
get
we're
back to the
talking about
contents of the
filtering government
matter.
information out here to Congress.
It's not filtering. It's not filtering.
Can you, okay,
need
how about this? Can
permission.
you give me an example of what it would actually look like to filter then?
What it would actually look like to filter?
Yeah.
Yes. Straight up saying nobody can have any conversations with anyone, period.
What?
Has that been put out?
You can't have any conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want to...
What? So, I got to debate TikToker Milliexshushies in front of over 1,000... filtering.
You want to...
What? So, I got to debate... What? So, I got to debate TikToker Milliexshushies unedited debate. Howdy, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want to...
What? So, I got to debate... filtering. Without approval. That's called... That's called filtering.
Okay.
You can just put that there.
Filtering.
You want an...
What?
Example of this? It would be Joe Biden going to Facebook and Google and telling...
Just gonna put that.
Unedited. Conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want an...
What? So, I got to debate TikToker Milliexshushies in front of over 1,000 people.
I have. her side on here, I believe. I'll just screenshot it. There should be a way to see it at least. This'll work. Shushy. Dr. Milliexshushies in front of over 1,000 people recently, and ooh boy. Over 1,000 people recently. A TikToker Milliexshushies in front of over 1,000 people recently, and ooh boy, it was a doozy. Stick around until after the debate. Yeah, enjoy this uncut, unedited debate. Howdy, how's it going? Okay. Let's see here. It's almost finished. My masterpiece, my absolute masterpiece is almost finished. What else do I need? There was, oh yeah, that's right. Background noise for the intro. Where the fuck is it? My YouTube saver thing. I need to find my fucking folder for that. There's a particular song that I used to use. Let me see if I can find it in YouTube Studio now that I think about it. I believe I have the license for it in YouTube Studio, so I can use that to help me figure out where the fuck it is. Milli files. There you go. And where is my license? My library. Revenue sharing details. That would be funny. We're going with this one though. There we go. My absolute masterpiece is almost finished. This is gonna have to go normalize to hell and back. That is a very poor normalization right there. No. That is a very, very poor normalization. Oh, I'm pretty sure. No. No, I don't think that's the case.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they just talk to each other without releasing the information.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
And I used the additive dissolve there. Use the additive dissolve here too.
Okay, you wanted
What? Approval. That's called filtering.
you wanted
What? So what? So
you wanted
what? So I Why is it? Oh, there we go. Give it a little background. We'll put it in the top left. Have any conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want to
What?
So I got to debate TikToker Milliexshushies.
So literally anytime Congress needs to do anything at all that involves information from another branch, they should subpoena every single branch and every single person that they ever have to talk to.
That's how it goes. It's very easy.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Congressional
No, I don't think that's the case. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they just talk to each other without releasing the
Okay.
information.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. That's not how that goes. Nuh-uh.
Pretty sure that's how that goes.
Okay,
So, let's go
great.
back to Republicans filtering.
Donald Trump didn't do that. Pete Hegseth didn't do that.
Yes, they did. That's the
Lawyer.
memo. That's the entire point of the
Okay.
memo.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Unauthorized engagements with Congress, DOW personnel
Nuh-uh.
acting
That's
in
not
their
true.
official
Nuh-uh.
capacity, no matter how well-intentioned, may undermine department-wide priorities critical to
Again,
achieving our legislative
You
objectives.
need
That's what he
to
said in the memo.
engage with the actual argument. Your employer.
I'm reading it
sets
off right
the
now.
rules. Okay. I don't care. Okay.
I
you
would
to
say you
engage
should
with what
care
I'm
because it's the
saying.
memo that we're talking about.
So
I'm
let's
sorry,
get
we're
back to the
talking about
content of
filtering
the matter.
government information out here to Congress.
It's not filtering. It's not filtering.
Can you, okay,
need
how about this? Can
permission.
you give me an example of what it would actually look like to filter then?
What it would actually look like to filter? Yes. Straight up saying nobody can have any conversations with anyone, period.
What?
Has that been put out?
You can't have any conversations, period, without approval. That's called filtering.
You want to...
What?
So I got to debate TikToker Milliexshushies in front of.
We're gonna switch it out with something else. This is a kind of a cruddy transition. Try this.
You want to...
What?
So I got to debate TikToker Milliexshushies.
Okay, perfect. Now we got that done. Gotta make a few different profile. God damn, I hurt her face. She just gives off so many Yas Queen vibes in the worst possible way, not even the endearing way. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Dooby 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 doo doo. Okay, now I'm gonna end the stream for now and upload this shit. Come up with a few profile thingies, and then yeah, I'll see you guys